can't call it a question, but still you see. I believe that human life has two aspects. One is a spiritual one and the other is a social. Human being is a social creature, social animal. When I belong to some community, and that community gives me to believe that it would guide me in every respect, social as well as spiritual. Now, what I say that my community gives me much of a spiritual teaching, spiritual benefits, but very little on the social side. Unless and until my contribution towards any community, any club or any society trickles down to the masses, very few people would have the initiative to cling to that.
You have gone into too much generalizations. Unless you particularize what you have in mind,
yes,
I won't understand your statement.
No, what social function?
No, tell me, illustrate this. How? What were your social expectations which were not fulfilled?
Yes, I have lived among Khojas, Ismailis in Africa. Their organization is such that each and everybody, young people, old people, women, girls, children, everybody is affected and gets benefit from that community in one way or the other. And that is social.
Tell me, what sort of benefits you have been expecting from the Ahmadiyya community on the parallel lines which were not forthcoming?
Yes, sir. A rigid organization whereby, you see, in the social side, you see, we would have more connection, we would have more collaboration among ourselves on the social side.
For instance?
Right. I come from the Sikh community, sir.
No, come to the community.
No, what I
come from our community.
Yes.
There we have this community, particularly gave a solid example
yes, sir.
Of what is lacking and what should be and how it should be gone about.
If I'm to marry my daughter today, sir, what services or what cooperation I can get from my community?
You don't know that?
I do know, sir.
Then?
It is just one register kept by Dar Sahib. That's all. Nothing beyond that, sir.
What? You know, this Ahmadiyya all is offered to them.
At a charge, sir.
Forced at charge. No community in the world offers free services. In fact, they charge even for the nikah ceremony heavily. I know the system of Gora and the Arab army, they have to pay heavily at every occasion of joy and happiness. In fact, when they are born children are born to them, they have to pay for having the name suggested. And for nikah ceremony, for registration, at every occasion they have to pay heavily through their noses according to their standard of income. In Ahmadiyya community, it is not at all like that. In fact, number one, it is impossible for the community with all the various burdens of the world to pay full attention to the social requirements. It is not possible. Because people have to work, earn their own living, and then give time to Khudam Ahmadiyya, Ansarullah, Lajnah, and then frequenting the mosques, which is very seldom done by others, not as much as it is in our community. Then honorarily to offer their services like the London community has done, for instance. Scores of Ahmadis are working day and night, Khudam as well as Ansar. When a community is so heavily burdened, and then is expected that each individual should become also a soldier, a preacher in the way of Allah. And he has to meet others and widen his contacts and have some time for preaching as well. So all this burden plus that social burden which you are thinking of, it's impossible. After all, they are human beings. If more important things are attended, some less important things will have to be sacrificed, but they are not sacrificed. That again is the beauty of this community. The fact is that, for instance, in Rabwa, those who are wealthy and well-to-do people, who can look after themselves, neither they need the community's help nor the community wants to offer them any help. It's an understood thing that they can look after themselves. But for those who are poor, for those who come from somewhere else, foreign Ahmadis, etc., the entire organization is run by the community. Only where they have to pay something, they just dip their hand in their pocket and give that money, and that's all. And even there, I know quite a lot of help comes from every direction. Here they offer the hall, the Ahmadi workers, if the services are required, offer their services, and in a very beautiful, peaceful atmosphere. Everything is done in ideal atmosphere, I suppose. I have attended 1 or 2 marriages. I was very happy with this. Apart from that, if somebody wants any help, still the doors are open. It is not that the community had decided not to give help beyond that. I know certain marriages have been ceremonized entirely at the community's expense. When some people like to be, for instance, that they stand in need of such and such thing, and their girl is, they are so poor that the girl cannot leave. There is not the minimum necessary arrangement available for them. So, because every girl is Ahmadi's girl, Ahmadi's daughter, so we never abandon such people. So you are totally misinformed in this respect, unfortunately. Whatever the problems you face, if the local imam does not solve them, and they deserve to be solved, despite all this which I have told you, the heavy engagements and everything, they will be better attended than in any other community in the world. This I assure you. Try your hand.
The idea was a definite program for definite structure of social services of Jamaat has.
Well, Khudam and India, all they are ready to serve their brethren in need, and they do. The great calamity that has befallen in Pakistan, the whole community is involved, deeply involved in sacrifices for their brothers, for their health. No single man is left unattended in Pakistan. Even in the books where you send, there was just one man. Ahmadis approached them from Karachi and told them they could say, if you are in any problem, any difficulty, we have come to help you and solve you. And there are so many instances where they really stood in need and the need was provided. So what else can one expect? After all, the community is human. It is extended to the very limits, human limits, in expectations, and it is doing all this it can do. So that was not a question anyway, that was a statement. Now the second part I think is a question, please. You said 2 or 3.
Yes.
And the first was a statement. You were not sure whether it was a statement or a question. But it was a statement, a misstatement rather. And now come with the question. Now on to the